"Land ho!" my friend George called, waking me from my nap. It took me a second to recall where I was, but I grinned as soon as I remembered. I was on a ferry boat headed toward Nantucket Island for a Labor Day weekend of beaches, ice cream, and museums. It had been a busy summer of work and family obligations, and I was looking forward to some time off before the fall. I sat up straight and looked at where George was pointing. Through the fog, I could just make out the edge of the shoreline and a lighthouse standing tall above the rocks. Painted in bright red and white stripes with a glass top that allowed the light to shine through, warning arriving boats of the rocks, it looked exactly how I had hoped it would. "It's just like a postcard," I exclaimed. A voice boomed over the PA system. "We will be docking at the Nantucket Ferry Terminal in approximately 20 minutes. Please take the time now to gather your belongings and clean the area around your seats. Thank you." I put away the book I had been reading before I drifted off. "We'd better wake Bess. You know she'll want to put herself together," George said, rolling her eyes. My best friends Bess Marvin and George Fain are cousins, but you'd never guess it. They're about as opposite as you can get. Bess isn't a girly girl, but she likes to wear nice clothes, and her hair is always perfectly styled. For this trip, she was wearing seersucker pants, a pink-collared shirt, and a yellow V-neck sweater. She fit in seamlessly with the other tourists on the ferry. George, on the other hand, keeps her hair short so she doesn't have to think about it, and wears jeans and sneakers every day. I'm more in the middle. I'm not the fashionista that Bess is, but I like to look nice. I guess that's why the three of us are best friends. We all fit together, and we each have our own place. I shook Bess's shoulder gently, and she woke with a start. "What's happening?" she asked through a yawn. "We're almost there," I told her. "Oh, good," Bess said, reaching into her purse and pulling out a hairbrush. "I'm tired of moving." I knew what she meant. It had been a long trip. We'd left our hometown of River Heights at 7 a.m., and now it was almost 5 p.m. When Bess's mom's oldest friend had invited us all here for the opening of her daughter Jenna's exhibit at the local nautical museum, I hadn't realized just what a journey it would be to get to Nantucket. "I counted," George said. "We've been on 4 different types of transportation today. Car to the airport, plane, bus to the dock, and now ferry." "Maybe Jenna will have bikes we can ride to get that number up to 5, I joked. Bess wrinkled her nose. "I don't think Jenna's the type to ride bikes," she offered George her hairbrush. "Why not?" George asked, declining the brush. I took it instead. "She's just someone who really focuses on whatever she has to do. She got straight A's in college. Jenna is just an unpaid intern at the museum, but apparently she hasn't been to the beach once all summer. She spent all her free time in the library. While she was there, she made some important discovery, so they gave her a show to curate all by herself. The whole reason her parents can't come to the opening is because they never imagined she would have her own show so soon. They bought tickets to Italy months ago." We could hear the engines of the ferry slowing. People around us started to get up. "She sounds intense," I noted. Bess nodded. "That's a good word for her, but she's also really nice. We're going to have fun this weekend, I promise." "Ladies and gentlemen, we are docking. We will be disembarking from the starboard side of the ship," boomed a voice from the loudspeaker. George, Bess, and I exchanged looks. We weren't quite sure which direction starboard was, but everyone around us was headed toward the right side of the ferry, so we followed them. George lagged behind us, lugging her gigantic backpack. She practically staggered as she adjusted to its weight,